Stage 14 marks the first stage of a brutal final week of racing, where the GC riders will have to be at their very best. Starting in Agliè, the stage is 164 kilometres long and includes 4 categorised climbs and a mountaintop finish to Oropa. The sprinters will be hoping that the breakaway forms early, as after 23.7 kilometres, immediately after the town of Bolegno, the riders are greeted by the 7k climb to La Serra. At an average of 5%, this is the easiest of the climbs that they will face today, but if this is where the break is formed, then it's likely to be a strong group which goes up the road. From the top, the GC riders will be able to relax for around 45k's, through the town of Biella, which they will see again later in the stage, and onto Cussato, where the intermediate sprint is located. At kilometre 75, the riders pass through the feed zone in Roasio, and soon after, the serious climbing begins. The town of Crevacuora sits at the foot of the 9k climb up to Alpe Novese. The opening 3k's of this climb aren't steep, but after that they tackle a 4.5 km section which averages 11.4% and reaches 16% at its maximum. This climb is a true test, although coming where it does in the race, we probably won't see any moves from the big players. The descent is almost equally as steep and intense, and leads immediately to the Bielmonte. This climb is much longer, at over 18 kilometres, but it's only a second category based on its easier gradients. It's the middle section of this climb which is the toughest, getting to 13%. From the top there will be 42 kilometres left to race. The first 30 of those will take the form of a fast and frantic downhill which leads back to Biella, and then the final climb of the day. The Santuario di Oropa is a mountain which has been used a number of times before at the Giro. Marco Pantani won here in 1999 before being kicked off the race for a high hematocrit reading. It was also used back in 1993. That day Stephen Roach was 6th on the stage, and Irish supporters will be hoping that his son Nicholas can go even better this time around. The gradient to the finish is irregular. The first part is the easiest, and the final 6.5k's is where we'll see the differences made as the big names make their moves. The steepest section of 13% comes through the village of Favaro, with 4k's to go. The finish is on brick paved road, and here we may well see some significant time gaps between the riders at the top of the GC.
For more Giro content, click here. And to subscribe, click on me.